It looks so tiny. Everyone always look that tiny? Why do they look extra tiny? I don't know. Where'd he go? Did he disappear? Is he inside the building? Oh, there he is. Oh, geez. Monsters. Ooh, we got a lot of slots for monsters. I can add a ton of monsters. Oh, okay. I know exactly what I'm going to do. Actually, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I wanted the crocodile. Created? Yes, I've created crocodiles. Fantastic. Look at him. He's so cute. Aw, adorable. Hello everyone and welcome back to that one playthrough of MMORPG Tycoon 2. I am Kyle once again, and this is episode 12. We are in our small Angari Ranger camp here in Eastwash that we built around the ruins of this old fortress. And today, I'm gonna kind of work on a little bit of the stuff around, possibly on the other side of the river, leading into the path that we kind of built out on the last segment here. So I really like how the layering works with the hills into the river on the side here. I think that's came out much, not, I wouldn't say better, it came out exactly how I hoped it would. There's probably some more detailing I'll want to do throughout this, so if I get sidetracked and we dart back over here and start putting in random ruins again, I apologize, but also I'm not sorry. I did have a random thought. I'm gonna try build something that I want to add on here. And this might be a little overly ambitious, but we're gonna try nonetheless. Okay, that adds a little bit more. Still think there's always a possibility I'll go deeper. You never know. But yeah, I wanted to add a little bit more out over the water just to see if I could. And this kind of works. From a distance, you know. Over here, it's like... Yeah. I think I can go deeper, though. We'll see. We'll see how far the rabbit hole eventually goes. Okay, now, over here, before I forget anything, I really have an idea for like what the pathway should feel like here. So starting all the way back here to where this tower is. Yeah, I want there to be some kind of element theme here. Figure out what the right aesthetic is here. Okay, not walls. I've decided not walls. Instead, try these guys. Let's go ahead and use our water trick to flatten. Wish there was kind of like a fire effect on these, but maybe that will come in future updates. We can always hope. Okay, now I want to have like 5 of these kind of stationed around. Not around, but along this path. There's 2, we'll put a pair right in the middle between these. They about the same size, maybe a little bit this way. Yeah, right about here. And grab 2 right there. Okay, and then we'll put a pair in the middle of each of these. Pretty close there, I think. And then we'll kind of make sure that they're kind of level. They're not floating. Yeah, like that one's floating a little bit, so. Let's see these ones. Yeah, that kind of adds a little bit more mystery to this, I think. This tree is bothering me, and it needs to be fixed. As do you. As do you. Ooh, that kind of adds a low tree over here by this little ambush we had set up. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot more going on here now. We got lots of things for people to explore and look at. Wait, what happened to our... Where's our quest giver? What happened to Oh, there he is. Ajax phased out of existence. And you know, I probably should let the game play out again, because we did burn through quite a bit of our cash thus far. In our overview here, we do have 6 people who have hit level 2 now. So we should probably see what we can do to speed this process up. And by speed this process up, there's only so much we can do, because, well, realistically, we've kind of made our bed, and I think we should lie in it in terms of Brightwood. We have everything set up strategically as far as experience and everything, and quest lines, and I don't want to change anything. My first thought was to change the level layout as far as the way the grid is set up. Like if I were to change this to just level 1, then once people look at level 2, they could come over here and we would change this to like level 2, just to deal with some of the crowding issues. But like right now, the crowding is going down again. People are logging off. I think it depends on the time of day. And you know, there's going to be high traffic times versus low traffic times. So with that in mind, I want to keep my eye on that. But what I can do, because we haven't gotten very far in Eastwash yet, is we can actively make this just a level 3 zone, which might not be a terrible idea. So that way once people reach level 3 out of Brightwood, they come into Eastwash. They can stay there for the entire level. I can make it draw out a little bit longer so there's more time spent in level 3 and get kind of a full use of the terrain in that sense. And then when they go to level 4, they'll go to wherever we make the next territory. So I think what I'm gonna do here is make this purely a level 3 zone. Not gonna upset anything, shouldn't create any problems. And I think overall it's gonna fix some of the crowding issues. So once people come out of here into here, they'll stay in this region for a while anyways, but we'll be able to take advantage of, you know, then when they level again, we can get them out of there. We can keep players cycling through just to try and avoid Brightwood being an issue. With that being said, we do need to kind of start looking at what our quests are going to do here. We already know what Captain Sofix is going to be giving people to do. He's again convincing people to not be here. He currently has 4 quests, which I think is fine for the time being. If we do add something quirky, maybe at some point, we can always make it a little bit more interesting and add another one in. But he's going to end with Speak to Thule, which takes people again over to the Innkeeper, or rather the Tavern Keeper. So while he kind of ends currently with the one that takes players over to the respawn point and hopefully gets them introduced to Ajax, if they don't get introduced to Ajax, then oh, there it is right there, region overloaded. Look at that, we found it right away. Anyways, if they don't find Ajax, he should have other quests that kind of start directing people elsewhere. So here's my plan for this region. I would like to have it branch off into 2 potential areas, and I think I mentioned this in the comments to somebody at one point, is I want the quest that kind of takes players over this way toward the big camp over here. That's going to be more of a, not a side quest, but not really the main conflict quest that's going to be going on for our entire game, our entire map, but it'll take players into regions down here, down south, with kind of just a little extra things that I want to kind of throw in that are side conflicts. But I want the main quest to take players out this direction, whether that's going to be into here, this territory, or into here. I'm not quite sure yet. You know, when the time comes, I'll figure that out, but there's going to be 2 exit points out of here, so there's going to be potentially 2 level 4 regions. One will be main quest oriented, one will be kind of side conflict oriented. Okay, so Ajax currently has his quest line that ends with sending players way over to this guy. Now, I might have this be a quest giver at some point, but I do want to start directing players this direction, and then I want them to come across something basically on the side of the road before they get to that guy. So I might actually move that tower further. I think of what makes sense. I do like the view this guy has of the path, and that's kind of what I was going for when I originally thought about placing this. We'll keep him there for now, but we're gonna try and create the direction that our players would go for the main quest line, and that's gonna exist mostly on this side of Eastwash versus side conflict stuff that will start occurring on this side of Eastwash. And there is a main reason behind this. Obviously the river runs through and splits this lengthwise. I want that to be part of the conflict, part of the reasoning. It's a major geographical dividing line. We're gonna stay close to that tower, and I need to do some work on that because it's floating off the edge there. So we're gonna put a couple modular things down, and I want to make sure I'm not gonna destroy any trees. I'm gonna create just a couple of these. We won't use them all right away. And I want this guy, well, not this guy, but this house. Put it right here for now. Do some modulating. Region overloaded, yes, I know. It can go up to 800, so I'm not that worried. Even though it says region overloaded for Brightwood. I know it can go to 800, we're at 732, so I'm not sure why it's telling me this right now. In a crisis, you can add more network servers to the overloaded region. That's good to know, actually. Let's check that real quick. Okay, so servers, 10,000, oof. An extra region server, those consume bandwidth and have a small upkeep cost, but allows for an extra 400 simultaneous subscribers before they block logins. That would actually be pretty beneficial to have in our starting area, just solely for the fact that we are going to be dealing with more people in the starting region than anywhere else. 10,000. What's the upkeep though? I don't like how these don't tell you the upkeep. All right, well, we might just have to do this. Let's drop that in. And do I have to power it? Maybe I gotta power it. A bandwidth source? It does have a bandwidth source now. Ah, okay, there, it jumped to 2,000 total. And now, oh, I didn't want to do that. Yeah, now Brightwood has a total capacity of 1,200. Okay, so that's fine for now. I probably, oh man, I almost need like more in space here too. This is really problematic. Maybe I can add another inn. I hate to just keep adding more, but maybe I could add just an inn here for an extra building. We'll do that. Yeah, that works, I think, aesthetically there. As like just a part of this estate that I still should add more detail to. And does help with some of the subscriber numbers. Okay, moving right along. Okay, I was modulating this building. I want this to be very tiny. This is going to be like a woodland shack that they use for like hunting. I think sounds like a suitable use for something this tiny. But some, oh, it has some windows. That's good. Yeah, I should make it slightly bigger. Should it be bigger? Yeah, we'll make it slightly bigger. Add one on the side here. There we go. That way there's room for like, you know, a bed and maybe a place to sit inside. Gonna put a little bit of a wall around it. And then we need an NPC quest giver. Gonna be a lowly farmer type. We'll say, we'll just grab a little fighter asset. It looks so tiny. Everyone always look that tiny? Why do they look extra tiny? I don't know. Where'd he go? Did he disappear? Is he inside the building? Oh, there he is. Oh, jeez. Okay, who is this? Wicca the Quick. That is not gonna be your name. Sorry, buddy. Alright, I'll be honest. I kind of like Wicca. We'll call this Wicca Loudfoot. Loudfoot Clan of Eastwash. Alright, so we're not going to locate his watch. That is not a thing. Actually, I don't know what the names could be yet. And, get rid of one of these. Discover watch. It's taking people not anywhere near where we want them to go. So I think to start out with, this guy is just going to have... there we go. He's just going to have a quest where I want people to kind of learn some things. So he's going to be the assigned quest. So it'll just be like more of like a dialogue. So dialogue with him. Get rid of a lot of this excess experience. No gold. All right, and basically what he's going to do is he's going to start telling people some of the history of this area in terms of the Loudfoots. All right, this is going to be called Generations Ago. Gonna explain kind of like who he is, who his family is. He is gonna be one of the members of the family that kind of lives in Eastwash. Actually, let's not make a second quest yet because I need to basically create where he's gonna send people. So the pathway that loops around here that will go that direction, we're gonna have it branch off slightly. I'm gonna grab these modular buildings I already made. Place one of them. We'll go a little ways back here. And then let's drag the other one over here just for future use. Throw it in here for the time being. Okay. Get a little bit of a footprint down here first. Go ahead and add an NPC quest giver. And this is gonna be the patriarch of the family, I guess. This will be Ronan Loudfoot. We'll add some other assets, some guards through here. It's kind of the bandit one. Be Nolan Loudfoot. And this will be Lizzie Loudfoot. We're gonna whip on back to Wicca. And he's gonna send you on a grand old quest. Just go speak to who is actually his father. His father is none other than Ronin Loudfoot. Alright, so then you go to Ronin Loudfoot, and bada bing, bada boom, you're going to start getting some quest lines attached a little bit more in depth here. I think some of the backstory with Ronin here is that he's going to be really, really untrustworthy of outsiders, people he doesn't know, and he does not like the Angari kind of intruding on the territory. And this is kind of where I want the bulk of like the really big quest lines for Eastwash particularly, and its own personal conflicts and interests, I guess. Okay, I'm gonna put a modular building kind of out here, back further away. Actually, or should I? No, let's see. Let me think about this. So he's not going to trust outsiders, so he shouldn't trust the player character. That's first and foremost. So everyone else has already kind of told people to go away. I don't want to repeat that. But I think he should kind of have the attitude of like, you know, why should I help you? And then the player character can be like, well, I can help you if you're not going to help me, and maybe you can kind of give me some guidance here. But why does the player character need guidance? That's the question. Because ultimately, this pathway here, I'm going to probably have cut into the next region. Whether this is the next region or this one, I don't know, because I can have paths go off multiple directions if I need to. But ultimately, let's remember that, who is this? General Morith. He is sending people on their final quest out of here to the Road to Valkyrin. Now, the Road to Valkyrin takes you to the guard here, and this is going to start directing players through Eastwash and into, you know, the location of Valkyrin that they'll eventually want to get to or need to get to. With that being said, if the player character needs to get to Valkyrin and that's the end goal, what's going to hold them to Eastwash? We need some kind of conflict that's going to cause them to think, oh man, I really should stick around here and try and help out. Obviously, within the game mechanics, there's the whole leveling factor. You don't want to go to the next region until you leveled, but there should be some kind of narrative motivation. So I think that Wicca, when he tells the players the heritage of their family, and I need to change this actually too. We're going to say father knows best. That one. So basically what he's going to do is he's going to tell the player characters the history, a little bit of what's going on here. Now it's going to be a little bit of a one-sided story. The overarching kind of conflict in the area, at least in terms of what the Loudfoots see it as, is even more generations ago, the Angari kind of came in and allegedly stole the land, and then the Empire had to come in and take it back. And so the Loudfoots actually see the Empire as like an enemy of the Angari, even though we know, based on what's going on in Brightwood, the Angari are actually being used as kind of like a mercenary force to help out in some of these investigations and conflicts that are going on. And so ultimately, the Empire wants to leave the Angari alone at this point in history, because they are getting a direct benefit out of the alliance that they have set up. So they are more or less the same faction in terms of the way player characters will interact, but they are not the same faction in the sense that they have the same ruling party. So the Loudfoots kind of have a thing against the Angari, but they are also allied with the Empire, or they're part of the Empire, and so there really is a split down the middle here in Eastwash, where half of it is Angari controlled and the Angari believe they have claim to it, versus the Loudfoots who think they have claim because this land has basically been theirs for generations. So Wicca will send you on your way once he explains a lot of this. You know, the Angari bad, don't help them, don't interact with them, stay away from them, go talk to my father, and then we'll go and begin quest lines here. If the player character at this point has kind of started doing some of the Angari work with Ajax, now it's not helping them, it's the Angari essentially trying to push them away anyways, the player character can kind of come up to their own opinions as far as who they think the Angari is, how they feel about, you know, the way they're interacting with them to that point. They might think, oh, I don't really like these guys. So if they talk to Wicca and Wicca says, you know, don't mess around with those guys, come help us gain back our lands, because again, they believe that they're entitled to all this. They believe that they should get everything on the other side of the river as well as what they currently have on their homestead here. So I think Ronin should provide some kind of motivation further for the player character still. And I would like him to send the players somewhere. I'm going to add a modular building of the destroyed type. Kind of put this where we're not going to get rid of trees again. Let's kind of put a house near the edge of the river here. Actually, do I want this to be destroyed? No, I don't want a destroyed one here. That's not what this quest is going to have. Put an actual one. Put that there. Get rid of some of the excess on here. I want it to be reasonable sized though. And get some windows added in here. There we go. So we got a little view over in the river. I'm going to use some bandit assets to kind of just add a few NPCs here. Now these are not actually bandits. These are going to be just, you know, the family who lives in this little hut by the river. Give them a minor little fenced off area too. So Ronan, you're gonna tell people to go over and talk to. We'll say that one. It says Squire Ubleed. That is not your name. Gonna be Lady Sala. Gonna be Jeffrey. This is Arian. Okay, so this is gonna be a family. We'll say Lady Sala and Jeffrey are married, and then they've got little Arian here. They have a second child though that is missing, and Ronan knows about this, and he wants the player character to go investigate and speak to them about their missing child. And this is just going to be noises in the night. Give the player character 500 for this. Get them kick-started. Now, realistically, maybe Lady Sala should be a quest giver, because I do, again, have the limitation of 5 per quest giver. Well, why don't we just go ahead and do that? Yeah, you can get deleted. Okay, now let's go ahead and get Lady Sala's quest lines kind of figured out here. So she has a missing child, and she's gonna have players actually come over here and speak to the guards here, because she's gonna, you know, hopefully assume that they'll help them out, that maybe they saw something. We're gonna call this Watchful Eyes, and she'll pay the player character to do some of this investigating. They'll come back to her, and they're gonna have to have told her something. So they're gonna say, hey, we actually have seen some spiders around here recently, because I do need to add some enemies. Maybe not spiders. What do we have? Or, let's see, we got bandits. I think I can add another one. Ooh, I can actually add another player character again. That would be good. Monsters. Ooh, we got a lot of slots for monsters. I can add a ton of monsters. Oh, okay, I know exactly what I'm gonna do. Actually, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I wanted the crocodile. We might have to change some of those assets, but as well as figure out abilities at some point. Okay, so the Angari Rangers are gonna say, hey, there's some crocodiles. You should go check out the crocodiles. We'll create those. Yes, I've created crocodiles. Fantastic. Now, what I want to do with the crocodiles is I want to try... Ooh, I don't want to get too close to that. Let's stay down here. And I want to see if I can get really creative with some more layering on the side here. Okay, that's not gonna work. Okay, I tried to experiment here with a few buildings along the edge here, but it's really hard to create like a not so sheer cliff when it comes to the chasms. We gotta think this through a little bit more. But I would like to get players down to the water at some point. Okay, we will for the time being though create a monster zone kind of in the water here for crocodiles. The level 3 crocodiles. Can I create this in the water? Cannot create it in the water. Well, what the heck? That's beats all of the purposes. More crocodiles in the water. Oh wait, maybe if I have a big, can I put a big crocodile in the water? Maybe, maybe not. Big crocodiles? I can put a big crocodile in the water. Ooh. All right, we'll put an elite crocodile in the water. That's what we'll do. Elite crocodile. Look at him. He's so cute. Aw. Adorable. That's what she's gonna do. She's gonna say, "You, Mr. Player Character, Adventurer, save me. I need you to go kill that crocodile." Screechbone. Go to Screechbone. Yeah, you should actually kill Screechbone. Defeat Screechbone. Yes, okay. And then, yeah, she can give you a good chunk of experience and stuff like that. And then she's gonna think, "Oh, all is right with the world. That must have been what killed my son." Killed her son. Well, her son's missing. She's assuming he might be dead. Okay, we're gonna add another quest. We're gonna call this Reciting Fears. So we kill the crocodile, but they are still hearing noises in the night. There's still a lot of the rustling outside that they're unfamiliar with. And we'll have her send you back to Ronin, not locate lasagna. We're gonna call this the Myth of the Woods. So there's an old story in the Eastwash Woods, a myth about monsters that patrol in the night. And this is gonna make Ronin worried. Now, I'm going to make Ronin kind of one of those quest givers like General Morith, where he's going to kind of direct people to multiple other quests. So I will continue off of this for sure. I do want to take a minute here because I do have an upgrade that we can get. And I'm going to put some more into Gibbs. We'll release that so we can get working on more. So we're in 5.3. We're moving right along nice and quick. Okay, I got kind of some of the wireframing done for this area in terms of places players will kind of go and discover along through here. We're going to add more details and more in the quest lines, probably in the further episodes, because I am going to run out of time here. I do want to add some more scenery real quick through here along this path. So the first thing we'll do is probably throw in more trees and just get it more of a swampy look going through here. Kind of want to cover up some of this area so that when you're over here on the Loudfoot estate, you can't really see too much of what's going on, but you kind of know it's there. And we'll fix some of these trees if there's overhang and stuff later. I do want this crossbow to kind of have an open shot, just in case, you know, something unpredictable comes through this way. Kind of leave it open from about here on. Alright, I think that adds some more mystery to the pathway here. Yeah, kind of adds some spookiness. Very nice. Okay, and there will be a quest line that kind of is involved with going through this pathway as well. I will concentrate on the next episode, probably with the quest lines coming out of the Loudfoot estate, just because I want to prioritize the direction that players go through main quest lines. and then really start to elaborate on what's going on here on the other side of the river, the Angari side. Ooh, things are deactivating now. This is not good. We might have to increase bandwidth. Means I think we're gonna have to actually put in a new uplink over on this side. I think what I'll do is I'll put it down here more. I don't think it really matters. Yeah, I'll kind of go here. I already have stuff coming from this edge. Connect that to there. Would help alleviate some stuff. Let's bring this one all the way this direction, kinda like right there, 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 and then we'll connect it back. Loop you to there. Nope, can't cross terrain there. Let's go. Okay. And then we'll kind of go along the edge here just to make sure we have bandwidth in and around the edge here. We'll connect it back into there. Perfect. Okay, we should have coverage all over this place now. And we shouldn't have things disappearing anymore. Alright, not the most eventful episode, I'll give it that, but there is a lot of frameworking now done for where we can start adding in some more complex quest lines, get some more characters going. We do need to add some enemies into this area for people to actually fight in some of these quest lines, other than just our crocodile down here. Where is he at? Oh, he's so cute. Oh, look at him. He's just fabulous. Just fabulous. Yeah, we'll need more enemies for people to deal with, more quest lines to elaborate on. I'm excited to see what Eastwash has in store for us. I think we've alleviated some of the issues too with overcrowding in our starting area for the time being. We'll see if it gets out of hand again. We did have a couple more people, I think, actively level up. Yeah, we've got 9 level 2 people now, which is good. So hopefully in the not so distant future, Eastwash will be not only open for players, but people will be high enough level to actually get here and do some stuff. So for the time being, I think this is a good place to go ahead and end it. I'll kind of walk down the path here as we go to kind of give a little outro. Thanks again for watching. I'm Kyle. This is that one playthrough of MMORPG Tycoon 2, and I will see you guys all in the next episode.